With the holidays creeping ever closer, the promise of insane PC hardware deals just keeps popping up. You want to upgrade your streaming PC, but the big question haunts you from the back of your mind. Should you build it now or wait until Black Friday? Because we all know nothing screams financial responsibility like spending thousands of dollars on your PC, as long as it's on sale. But the added pressure of Cyber Monday, along with the imminent Nvidia 5000 series GPUs, AMD's 8000 series GPUs, maybe? Not to mention, with all the drama surrounding CPUs recently, is now even the best time to buy, period? Well, pull up a stool and let's talk through your options. There might not be a clear-cut black and white decision to be made here today, but hopefully the discussion helps you feel more confident making the right decision for you. Cheers! Cheers to Jay Gould and Jim Fisk, the two investors from 1869 that originally coined the term Black Friday. Without you, surely we'd never be able to find another way to abandon our families and spend a ton of extra money the day after Thanksgiving. Cheers. And yes, this is orange juice. If you can't tell by the congestion in my voice, I'm not drinking beer today. That's actually pretty good. Before you volunteer for the consumer edition of the Hunger Games, let's talk about what's currently available in the wonderful world of graphics cards. Huge shout out to Jason from the PC Builder for putting in all of the hard work on these pricing spreadsheets for his community. Huge thank you so that I don't have to do it. On the Nvidia side of things, we haven't seen any noticeable price changes in the last couple of months, which honestly I'm not too surprised about. When you have a stranglehold on the industry like Nvidia does, why worry about giving discounts? At the top of the spectrum, you've got the RTX 4090 still hovering around $1,700, with something like the much more reasonable and much more recommendable RTX 4070 Ti Super around that $780 to $800 mark. Now, are these going to see a discount over Black Friday? Doubtful at best. The lower end of the Nvidia range isn't a whole lot better, and honestly, if you're interested in power like this, might I recommend skipping Black Friday altogether and just taking a look at your local used market. As we get closer and closer to the new GPUs, these cards are getting cheaper and cheaper. Now, high-end AMD GPUs, on the other hand, have been normalizing a bit better. If you're looking for raw gaming performance, this is probably the direction to lean. As much as streamers love the NVENC encoder, you don't have to worry about these higher-end GPUs. They're going to get the job done just fine. Are they going to be on sale this November, though? We'll talk through that too, after we also take a look at the honorable mention in the category of GPU. If you're not interested in selling a kidney at the moment, there's always something like Intel's Arc A770, sitting right around that $270 mark. Is it going to blow you away with 360 FPS at 4K on the latest AAA games? No, but it does have about the same power as a 4060 with 16 gigabytes of RAM. Not to mention its efficiencies with the AV1 encoder make this quite the content creator focused card. I actually streamed Fortnite from this card the other day with a solid 100 FPS, no issues to note. You can check out that stream over there. But you're not here for what's available now. You're thinking, wait a minute. Black Friday's coming. What about those sweet deals? Well, obviously, we don't know what these sales are officially going to look like just yet. Looking back at last year's deals, you can expect maybe 5 to 10% off of these cards at best. So if you're lucky, you'll be able to shave about $50 off that $500 GPU. GPUs like the 4070, the 4060 Ti, the 7900 XT, as well as the A750 were all on sale, but was it actually worth it? This is where you have to ask yourself, how much is that extra $20 to $50 actually worth to you? if you're building your first PC and you're depriving yourself of gaming until then, I would definitely just put something together right now. I've always been a fan of the buy now philosophy when it comes to technology. If you're gonna wait for the latest and greatest, you're always gonna be waiting. But does that mean that it's never worth waiting? Well, if you're currently playing games just fine, but you're looking to upgrade your aging 1080 Ti or something similar, this could be the right moment to wait. With the current range of GPUs all reaching end of life, there's a potential that these cards do actually have a bigger Black Friday sales than last year. But if you're banking on Black Friday to deliver you 4090s at a 4060 price, prepare to be mildly disappointed. So in this grand scheme of things, most of you shouldn't be waiting for Black Friday. But what about 5000 series cards? Should we be waiting for those? Not gonna lie, I need to do orange juice more often. Rumor has it that the RTX 5090 will be 40% more powerful than the 4090. 40%. I mean, sure, it's going to be priced at the GDP of a small country, but hey, at least you can play Cyberpunk at 4K, 400 frames per second, while contemplating your bankruptcy. As the 4000 series was a bit more powerful, some of the biggest improvements came through their efficiencies, which means I do really believe that the 5000 series is going to be quite a bit more powerful than its predecessors. But is it going to be power that you actually need? Honestly, isn't the 4090 still overkill for most people? Like in previous years, most people are expecting the 5090 to be releasing first, with the 5080 and 5070 at some point after that. If you're looking for the lower end of the spectrum, something closer to a 5060, you're honestly better off buying right now. It's going to be a while until those are available. Not to mention, it's usually just more practical to get one of the higher end versions of an older card. Instead of getting a 4060, just get a 3070 or a 3080 for the same price. And as if you needed another reason to just buy a card now, know full well that these 5000 series cards are going to be scalped into oblivion. And no, not the fun Elder Scrolls version of Oblivion. Don't spend the first half of 2025 staring at out-of-stock notifications and forum posts titled, "I waited too long and now my PC is obsolete again." My clear recommendation here is to just buy something now. All right. One more touchy subject before we close this video out. I know there's going to be people in the comments on both sides of this conversation, but we have to have it. What about a pre-build? Typically, I don't recommend pre-builds. In general, mostly because I love building them, and if you don't feel comfortable or just plain don't want to build one, which is a valid reason, you probably know somebody that would love to build one for you. Hit me up at devindostech.com if you want me to build one for you. But for real, the troubleshooting knowledge of this PC that you're going to be learning from building it yourself can be absolutely invaluable in the future. I'm just going to say it. For some people, a pre-built is just going to be the better route though. You don't have to worry about that dreaded cable management. You don't have to worry about the Windows license. You don't have to worry about keeping all the individual warranties in check. Just the one single warranty for the entire PC. And lucky for you, there's typically some decent sales on Black Friday for pre-builds. Every single year for Black Friday, I always get texts from my friends and family asking if this is a good computer. Should I buy this TV? Or even worse, I bought this computer on Black Friday. Can you fix it for me? My tech support nerds in the family know what I'm talking about. My general advice when it comes to electronics is you get what you paid for. So is it okay to buy a pre-built? Sure. Should you get one that's deeply discounted on Black Friday? You're best off figuring out why exactly it's on sale by looking at the individual components that are included, because I guarantee the company selling it is not losing money on it. They cut corners somewhere to make that computer cheaper. Something isn't great quality, and you want to make sure it's not something that you're going to wish you had paid extra for later. All right, so all of that discussion and what should you actually do? Build now or wait? Here's my advice. If you've been itching to build that dream streaming PC, itch no more. Prices on current gen GPUs are actually pretty decent, and Black Friday will give you a few small discounts, kind of like a cherry on top of the already expensive sundae. You'll save a little bit, but it's probably not going to be a game changer for most people. Plus, there's always the risk of Black Friday stock running out faster than you can say RTX 3050. So if you see a good price on a GPU today, absolutely go for it. Do it. Just don't wait for Nvidia to drop their next $3,000 5090. Your stream is not going to care if you're rendering those shadows in 4K or 12K or 16K or whatever that's able to do. Either way, if you are looking at building a computer right now, I made a video just a while back about all of the best CPU and GPU combos right now. I would definitely start looking at those right there. Make sure you get your vitamin C.